Putin's return to the Black Sea, despite his heavy losses there. According to reports from Ukraine this week, Russia has sent a total of 15 military ships to the Black Sea. Some may be surprised by Russian President Vladimir Putin's decision to station more forces in the Black Sea after his navy suffered several high-profile defeats in the region. After such public defeats, it would appear that Russia has stopped using the Black Sea as a strategic point in the war Putin started in February 2022. Russian forces have deployed 6 new missile carriers and 2 submarines to the Black Sea, according to a Facebook post published on Tuesday by Operational Command South, a unit of the Ukrainian ground forces. The threat of missile attacks from the vessels was described as extremely high in the post because each of the additional ships can carry up to 40 caliber missiles. According to Newsweek, political science professor William Reno from Northwestern University speculated that Russia's move was an attempt to increase pressure on Ukrainian forces as they prepared for assaults against Russian positions. Reno stated that Russia's Caliber missiles are capable of accelerating to supersonic speeds as they approach targets, making them ideal for use in naval conflicts. Some of the calibers fired at Ukraine since the beginning of the stepped-up invasion have been intercepted, but that's supposed to make it harder for air defenses to detect in time, he said. Putin's defeats in the Black Sea. Putin has been losing ground at sea since the earliest days of the conflict. Russian forces quickly established a strategic launching site on Snake Island in the sea after seizing the island at the outset of the war. But the Ukrainians won back the island, and the victory inspired the whole country. The Russian-controlled Crimean port of Sevastopol has been hit by naval drone attacks, and an explosion in October severely damaged the Kerch Strait Bridge. Ukraine has not claimed responsibility for the drone attacks or bridge explosion. The Ukraine's loss of the Moskva on the Black Sea was perhaps the most devastating. When Ukrainian forces led by President Volodymyr Zelensky sank Putin's flagship for the Black Sea Fleet on April 14, 2022, it was a huge military defeat for Putin as well as a symbolic one. The loss of the $750 million Moskva, as stated by Reno, serves as a reminder that ships are expensive assets that are vulnerable to Ukrainian defenses. He added that the United States intelligence has probably played an important role in boosting Ukrainian capabilities in naval affairs. Putin's return to the Black Sea begs the question: why? Why would Putin go back to the Black Sea if Russia still risks incurring more expensive losses there? In an interview with Newsweek, Guy McArdle, managing editor of Special Operations Forces Report, SOFREP, explained that Ukraine needs warships in the area, tactically, in case there is a push by Ukraine to try to take back Crimea. McArdle does not believe that retaking Crimea is a top priority for Zelensky at the moment, but he did say that Putin may be putting more missiles in the Black Sea region in case of a preemptive strike on the peninsula. One possible explanation is the military exercises conducted by NATO forces, including American soldiers, off the coast of Romania in the Black Sea at the end of March. McArdle remarked, "When we do this, Russia usually responds with a show of force." Alp Savimlasoy, a geopolitical strategist, told Newsweek that NATO should do something about the growing military presence in the region. Our commitment to safeguard member states and allies as per the NATO alliance involves a complete strategic emphasis on the Black Sea and the Eastern Mediterranean, countering both the build-up of the Russian fleet and outmaneuvering any missile strike capacity by the Kremlin, said Savimlasoy, a fellow at the Atlantic Council think tank and the CEO of a private asset management corporation based in Istanbul. By placing hypersonic missile capability in NATO countries like the Turkish Republic, deploying the guided missile destroyer USS Zumwalt into the Black Sea, and continuing to deploy Turkey's Type 214 submarine-class diesel-electric submarines into the regions, Savimlasoy claims NATO can establish supremacy of the waters. Meanwhile, Reno argued that Russia shouldn't put too much effort into a naval strategy until it can achieve air superiority. Since land-based missiles can be launched from Russian territory, which Ukraine's Western backers insist Ukraine cannot attack, and since they can be more easily concealed and defended prior to launch, If I were a Russian planner, I'd prefer land-based missiles. For more information, Newsweek emailed the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs.